What if Ruby was Akainu's daughter? Part 3. Ruby's ship has just docked at Marineford, where there are quite a few other marine ships all around, and the stone docks as it lowered, kind of like a plank lowered to where Ruby starts to walk down. You going aboard? You going to search for Victor? Of course. We need him on this mission. No delaying that. And I know where he is. So I will go get Victor and we can make our way to that next pirate. That fishman. No offense. None taken, Captain. Some fishmen don't do the nicest of things. Like the Arlong pirates that were defeated a few years ago by the Straw Hats. Your father seems to want Marines to find the Straw Hats. Yes. He wants to get rid of the Straw Hat pirates, but unfortunately he's had no luck of tracking them down. I don't understand why he doesn't send you after them. As she looks back at Fang. Because my father is too busy with other matters with the Marines. And he has me helping him. So I better not go out of line and hunt them down myself when my father is the one that wants him gone. Fair point, I say. Well, I'll take care of Carolina, while you take and go get Victor. Yeah, as she waves before leaving, as Fang looks before going to the bottom deck of the ship and opens it, and just sees Carolina is up. Ah, that was a nice nap. You realize you slept, right? On a ship that was moving toward Marineford. What, we're already here? Where's the captain? Went to go get Victor. Ah, him? Well, surely it's sure good to have all of us here. Nah, we're still missing a few. Missing a few? You know the others. As she's touching a few fingers to her head. Oh, the others, yeah. You got so drunk you forgot about them, didn't you? As she makes a silly face. Maybe. Well, anyway, now that you're up, you can help me with organizing the material I need to grab off the docks. It'll be a lot easier with your help. Alright, I got nothing better to do. Are we refilling the food storage as well? Yes, we are. As she smiles, let's go! As she runs above deck. Captain's right, she's the most hard person to keep track on this ship. As he walks up the stairs. As we go to Ruby, who's walking around Marineford, watching some Marines pass by, seemingly looking around at the food stands and all that. It seems peaceful for now. No ruckus fame Marines, that's good. No one's stepping out of line. As expected, my father wouldn't allow that. As she's walking, she sees someone approaching. It seems to be a blind man. As Ruby looks up, as the blind man has a purple outfit, samurai-like outfit, and a marine, like an admiral jacket, admiral coat, and a walking stick. As the admiral stops in front of her. Excuse me, miss, I need to get to the docks. Could you point me in the right direction? Yes, right down there to the left. I suggest going to find another marine that way. I'm currently busy on some business myself. As Fujitora looks over, thank you for your assistance. By any chance, do you happen to be related to the Fleet Admiral? I'm currently doing some missions for him at the moment. As Fujitora looks over. As expected, he has everyone on the workload. As he just simply walks away. Admiral Fujitora. The new admiral my father mentioned. I'll definitely need to have a chat with him before I leave. As she continues walking to a workshop area, as she opens the door, as a few workshop men are trying to stop her. Hey ma'am, you can't come in here while we're in the building process of some of these ships. As she pulls out a marine thing. Oh, you're a marine. My bad. As she walks in. As she would just basically jump up and onto several wooden boards and do backflip and jump forward to get on top with very fast speed, and lands right on top of the ship right next to Victor. As she's leaning against the frame of the ship where the flags are held. So, Victor. As Victor looks up. Yeah, Captain. We were established shortly after Marineford was attacked by the Marineford battle with the Whitebeard pirates a year ago. So what do you want me to do now? I need you back on the ship. I gave you all a few days off and you take more work on. What can I say? I love to make sure the ships are in good condition. For a person with a crocodile devil fruit, this surprises me. As he looks over, I just have a very particular workload. I prefer to keep myself busy. You know that, Captain. Very well. I'll give you 2 hours, but I need you on the ship by then. Understood. I should have this ship finished for the Marines within that time. As he then just puts his hand into an alligator form and then just punches a nail straight into the ship. I gotta admit, my devil fruit can be worked on building as well if I harness my strength into a specific amount of force. As Ruby sighs, just don't give it more than 2 hours. We have a task to complete. As she would jump off, seemingly turning into rose petals, before landing on the ground. As she would walk out of the wooden workshop with the people bowing, as the workshop of the Marineford had a lot of pillars holding up a boat. This boat was a marine ship, as several workers were working on it, and there were tools and all that around the place. As she does one last look around before leaving, as she nods and then just walks out the door. As she decides to go somewhere to, get a drink while she waits. As she walks into a, let's say, just a regular cafe. Regular restaurant. She'd walk in. I would like a drink. Just some water. As the person would get her some water. As some Marines were talking about rumors and speculations of stuff. As she would be listening in, she takes a sip. The Fleet Admiral has everyone constantly busy. Well, to be fair, there's a lot of pirates out there nowadays. I still don't trust those warlords. As Ruby's just listening in. But we have the admirals. They should do well, especially the captains and the vice admirals. Yeah, but still. Did you hear that the Emperor's in the sea may be doing more moves than usual? No, they're not. Not really. They've been sticking to their territories, luckily. What about Blackbeard? I was thinking of, You know, yeah, I know you were thinking of Whitebeard. But Blackbeard, he's currently, he's becoming, what, Emperor of the Sea? This is news to Ruby. Blackbeard's now an Emperor of the Sea. Really? As she would just keep listening in onto these rumors. As then she would walk out and see, well, Admiral Fujitora. Ah, it's you again, miss. Admiral Fujitora. So you knew who I am. Yes, you're one of the new admirals. May I know your name? Ruby. Ruby, that's a nice name. Thank you, it was given to me by my mother. Well, what would you like to discuss? As he can tell with his observation hockey, because Fujitora has a very high bit of observation hockey. Well, I did want to discuss, how did you become an admiral? It was helped thanks to my devil fruit. Devil fruit user. As expected. Must be a very powerful one. Especially after, what, Alkiji left? He did resign after his fight with, well, Akainu. And what, Punk Hazard? As Ruby sighs, well, there's no point in stalling things. Tell me, what's the assignment the Fleet Admiral has you on? Just simply to get rid of some pirates, causing up damage near some villages. Very well. Well, I better not keep you up. I am currently on a schedule. And I can't get anywhere behind my schedule, unfortunately. As she starts to walk away, as Fujitora would look back, she has a very similar presence to, well, Akainu. Fujitora would see. But I also see a kinder side. As he would smile. Before walking away. As then a marine would come over. Admiral Fujitora, it's about time for us to depart. Very well, let's go. As he would walk with the marine. As Ruby had looked back. For an admiral, he's not like the rest. He seems to take his job seriously. Kinder than most. Kizaru is just lazy. Well, I better get going. As she would go to the ship, as about an hour, 30 minutes have passed, as she gets to the ship and sees Fang and Carolina loading the supplies. It seems like y'all have been doing well. Yes, we've been loading supplies onto the ship. So, when are we getting the entire crew back together? We were reformed a year after Marineford, a few months ago. So, we just have to wait until the rest are here when we get back from that mission. I see, but anyway, is there a specific place we're going to be going? Other than this fortress? I don't know, it's speculation right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out. But for now, let's continue with the loading of the supplies. And then I'll talk to y'all more on departure. Very well, Captain. As she would help load the ship, as about another 25 minutes would pass, as Victor, who's wearing a green coat, shows up. About time you showed up. As she looks at, like, a little bit of a watch. You had 5 minutes left. Sorry, it took a little bit longer to finish the ship than expected. At least you're here. Get on board. As he would simply just jump on board, as they would prepare to take off. As Fang's at the helm. Alright. As the flags have been set down. As the wind blows, causing the rose petals on the sails to move forward in a moving pattern. As they would leave marine forward as the waves, well, are pulling them in the direction they need to go. As Ruby's at the front of the ship, as Carolina and Victor are there. So, what do you think about things that will be happening in the future, Rose? As Ruby would turn around at Victor. First off, I'm surprised you found my last name. As she does not use her last name for Akainu, she uses her mother's last name. Well, I have been thinking on a lot. My father's going to have us on more missions. In fact, I plan to take a visit to his fighting ground where him and, Aokiji fought. Who's your father, by the way? No one. But I plan to go to the place where Aokiji and Akainu fought. As Victor is curious on who Ruby's father is. But anyway, let's get moving. As the sails are moving even faster as they're heading towards this fortress. So, when are the others showing up? They'll show up in time. In fact, one should already be there. As we cut to another person's perspective, as he's just cutting down several, fishmen in the fortress. As he just has a smile on his face under seemingly a scarf, as he just starts taking out several pirates as he heads towards the docks. Now I just sit and wait. As he would lean in a chair and tilt a hat down, as he just seemingly waits. As it's become nighttime and Ruby's ship is pulling up towards this fortress. As she would see a light on top of seemingly a building. As she would grab a scope and look at it. As we would see a person with black wings and a black marine outfit. It seems like Crow has already done his work. Now, there is another person that has a crow quirk, but not like this. This is a Zoan type. So he has the wings of a crow. As they pull up and dock at this, pirate's fortress. As all of them get off and they're behind Ruby. As she starts walking, they follow behind as they're heading towards, the fortress. And that is the end of part 3 of What If Ruby Was Akainu's Daughter. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.